Blessed rise and soul family. Greetings to you all my beautiful kings and queens, gods and goddesses. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so grateful to have you back. Thank you for all your support. And if you're new, this is Soul Family Oracle. I deliver messages from the divine, the depth of our soul, our spirit guides, and our ancestors. And I'm really grateful to have you here. Today's message says that whoever I'm speaking to, you are the legacy that your ancestors are building. You are the legacy that your ancestors are building. I'm speaking to somebody whose ancestors, and this is not necessarily your mother and father, those ancestors. This is like through your ancestral lineage, whether dating back to like your grandfathers or like forefathers before them. There is a legacy that was on their mind, or what they wanted to build in the name of the family, or what they wanted to build as part of their legacy. And what was coming through was that a lot of them were not able to build this legacy. For some of you, these were legacies that were built and lost, because I'm getting this energy of like some of you like seeing maybe like a grandfather or like a father figure in a very high position, but then growing to not see that anymore, as in like as you were growing, or as you became an adult, that sense of security and stability, and like I'm getting like the emperor energy upside down. So that sense of security and stability wasn't there anymore. For whatever reason it was, it's like whoever that ancestor wasn't able to uphold, or wasn't able to hold on to the legacy, or wasn't able to build a legacy, right? And for some of you, this could be ancestors that you never even knew, because some of your parents themselves were never connected to them, as in whether grandfathers, great grandfathers, however it is, take it how it resonates. And the message that was coming through was like, you are the legacy that your ancestors are trying to build. You are the legacy that your ancestors are building, in the sense that what they weren't able to build, the impact they weren't able to make, you are the one that they are making into that. You are the one that they are molding into that. So basically it's like, ooh, man, I have goosebumps all over. It's like the ancestors are saying, listen, we are making you into the heritage of this family. It's like the heritage of every family. It's a bigger thing, right? Much deeper than a legacy, because the legacy is usually built on one person's vision or dream, okay? And then they bring others into whether help to fulfill that legacy or to live in that legacy. But a heritage is much deeper. Heritage consists of basically, it's like the essence of that whole family, that line, that bloodline, that lineage. It's almost like it holds like significance culturally, but not like generally. Culturally in the sense of like, oh, this is a culture in our family, or this is a tradition in our family. Those are the things that are considered as heritage. And it's saying you are being made into, it's like you are being made into a heritage of the family, in terms of like, they're making you into a legacy. So it's like for some of you, this legacy could be something that they're helping you to build. And how it becomes a heritage of the family is that it forms a new, not like a new identity, but like it creates a new path that is going to become a heritage. So basically, whatever it is that this legacy is that you are building, or you're being guided to build, is something that is going to cover your children, your grandchildren, and they are going to carry it on. And this is how the heritage is going to be formed of it. For some of you, there was a message that I delivered some time ago that said that the ancestors want to be seen and heard through you. And this is not to say that you are not going to be your own person, or that you can't be your own person, or like the ancestors are trying to have you be what they could not be. No, they are trying to amplify whatever energy it is that you step in terms of your abundance, your productivity. And so what you're doing is like, they're taking all that you are and all that you're striving to be, and they are adding on all that they could not be, all that they wanted to be. So basically, they are heightening whatever this energy is that is within you, whether it's a passion and some form of enthusiasm, whether it's in the form of ideas, whether it's in the form of solutions. They are heightening these things by what? Adding on what they had, what they knew, what they learned, what they weren't able to execute. Now, this is where ancestral healing comes in. And I think It's been, I've been going on about like redoing the ancestral healing work, and I'm really excited to finally be done with it. And this is probably one of my best work I've done on like ancestral guidance. And this I'm going to keep as like one of the main practical guides that I'm going to be sharing out to the collective, and it's available to everybody for free. So this ancestral guide is basically breaking down ancestral healing and ancestral veneration, because a lot of people have the idea that ancestral veneration is the same thing as ancestral healing, or like when you're doing ancestral healing or ancestral veneration, it means you're doing ancestral healing. But those are two very different things. And so when you speak of ancestors that were trying to build a certain legacy, or leave a certain legacy that weren't able to leave a certain legacy for whatever reason it was, depending on how they exited, these are ancestors that will require healing work first before constant veneration or consistent veneration can allow them to become part of the chain of the channel, thank you, Spirit. The channel through which you receive abundance from the ethers. Okay, so it's like what this is saying is there's a need for somebody to understand. So I feel like for somebody, you may have been venerating your ancestors, quote unquote, and what you think, or what you've always thought you're doing is, it's all part of healing my ancestors. Leave a glass of water on the table, leave some food, leave some flowers, leave some nuts, whatever it is. And there's a need for somebody to understand that it's like it's not just about leaving things like the offerings, because for some of you, healing work is needing to be done first. And as a matter of fact, for a lot of us, healing work is what is required first before the veneration can actually take place, or before the veneration can reap some kind of benefits for us. Because the thing with the ancestors is, again, like I keep saying, our ancestors have the human tendencies, right? They were human. They died human. So our ancestors have the human tendencies. And the things that some of them may have died with, right? Which is their trauma, be it pain, anger, regret, remorse, whatever it was. These are things that we need to help them heal first. These are things that we need to help them release. Because for some, they are still living in the spirit world in these energies. We have some ancestors that have become entangled spirits but are needing somebody to help them to the other side. Some have become entangled spirits that are not trying to go on the other side. They're just trying to wreak havoc or create havoc. And this is where we choose the ancestors to work with. Like I remember in the beginning, somebody kept asking me why I always say ancestors of the highest white light. Who are the ancestors of the highest white light? Ancestors of the highest white light, because not all our ancestors are of the light. Not all our ancestors are operating from a high vibrational space. Not all of our ancestors died healed. A lot of our ancestors have these energies that are still keeping them as entangled spirits on this earth plane. And so when we call on our ancestors, or when we pour libations or offerings to our ancestors, or when I speak on the channel about ancestors, I say our ancestors of the highest white light, referring to the ancestors that are closest to the light, ancestors that have reached to the light, that have crossed over to the light. Okay, those are the ancestors that we can actively reach out to help us with things and expect the outcome or its impact to be positive all around. Because when we reach out to certain ancestors that are not healed, or certain ancestors that are living in darkness or have become entangled spirits, it can come with a lot of, how do I say it? It comes with uncertainties, in the sense that these ancestors might not exactly be interested in what your intentions are for reaching out to them, right? In the sense that they get the access to come into this earth plane, and it's like they want to achieve certain things that they've been living with in the states that they've been in as entangled spirits. So some of these energies could be anger, revenge, pain, regret, and so they start to impose those on you for you to either carry out, or to like create space to harbor those energies, or like to harbor that energy. Okay. And for whoever I'm speaking to, it's like these are not the energies that you're dealing with. Whoever these energies are, these ancestors that are trying to make you into the legacy, these are not ancestors that have become entrancled spirit. These are ancestors that could possibly be needing some kind of refreshment or healing, or yes, but these are not like ancestors that have become entrancled spirit or are seeking to create chaos. Okay, these are ancestors. The way it's coming through is like these are ancestors that are specifically seeing the work that you're doing, and have decided that they are going to rebuild their legacy through you, the things that they were not able to achieve. And also another thing that's coming through is like for some of you, there's been many that have come before you that were hopefuls, that were potentials. Some of you, these could have been your uncles, your aunties, your mothers, your fathers, some even your grandfathers and your grandmothers. But they were not an energetic match to what the ancestors needed in order to be able to kind of like impart. I'm hearing responsibility, impart this responsibility on them, because it's not just about making you into a legacy. It's not just about making you into this big amazing person or this like very prosperous, successful, abundant person. It's also about who you are at the core, the kind of heart that you carry, the kind of mind and the energy that you walk with. It's about how you can take responsibility, discipline. These things are not just being given because, oh yeah, this person. It's also because of the diligence that you've shown. It's also because of the discipline that you've shown. It's also because of the consistency that you have put into this. And oh God, listen, like if I tell you guys the last few weeks has been some of the toughest, but not the toughest like ever. No, I've had worse periods, but it's been a very difficult last few weeks in terms of like the energetic attacks and the various things, and some I don't even want to speak on. And a few days ago at some point, like I literally found myself asking, I was like, am I sure I want to continue to do this? Do I want to continue to do this? Do I want to continue to do this? And I had to hold myself back and be like, this is not my energy. This is not my energy. I know what this means to me. And I know in a million years, if I was asked a million times, my answer would always be yes. I want to continue to do this. I am 100% sure that I want to continue to do this. This is what I am devoting my life to. I am breaking the generational curses that are going to allow for our generation and our lineage to free themselves, to be able to literally live out of the energy that our ancestors died in. Like I am sure of this. I've always been very sure of this since the day I decided I was sure of it. And it's like a lot of different things just like this have come up at you to try and like sway you or try and like misdirect you or trying to like divert your course. And I'm hearing things to do with fear. It's been a lot of different things that have come up, like, and it's like even within your family, whoever I'm speaking to, you could have people within your family that are it's like they fear to talk about the ancestors or to do ancestral work, or like it's something that everybody's like, like kind of like leave the dead alone. Leave the dead alone. Something like that is what I'm hearing. And whoever you are, you were like, nah, fuck this. I'm doing this. I can do this. I can feel the calling to do this. So it's like you took on that responsibility and the discipline that had to come with it. Whereas some of the people before you in the line, like your aunties, grandfathers, mothers, fathers, chose not to. And the word chose is coming through specifically because it's saying chose. They were giving the choice. You made this choice. It wasn't forced on you. Like this role, it wasn't forced on you. It was a choice. Even though, of course, you could choose whether to have it and live in a certain life or just totally live a different life and, be in whatever energy you want to be in, whether that was going to bring you happiness or fulfillment or not. But basically, you chose this. Let me bring some Palo Santo quickly. You chose this. You chose this. And so it's like, it's not just about who could do the work. It's not just about who was well established in the line 1444 on the timer. It was about also who was willing to take on the responsibility. It was also about who was disciplined enough to carry this mantle, to carry the role that comes with being the bearer, or being the one to carry this legacy that is being built through you. Because the thing is, a lot of your ancestors, they are going to come back, but they are waiting to come back in a certain period. It's almost the same for some of you. For some of you, the spirit children that you're going to be giving birth to are your ancestors. You understand? The spirit children that you have coming to you are your ancestors. Some of you, you have your great-grandfathers and great-great-great-grandmothers waiting in line to come back through you as the child. And so it's like this need for this person needing to choose for discipline and responsibility also is because they are going to come back. These legacies, they're not just building them through you. It's something that they are going to help extend. It's something that you're going to help expand. So in a way, it's almost like you have become part of the foundation that is going to basically redeem your family. I heard family name. So redeem your family name, and I'm hearing family tree. So redeem your family name and redeem your family tree. So it's almost like the family tree is, wow. I'm hearing the family tree is coming back to life through you. So it's like the family tree is coming back to life. And what's happening is these ancestors, some of these ancestors, not the ones that have been entrancled, that's not what I'm saying. Some of these ancestors are coming back through you as basically reincarnated through you as basically the parent. Okay, and so these legacies that they're building through you, or they're making you into, some of them are going to come back. And I'm hearing grandchild. For some of you, this could even be a grandchild or a great-grandchild that comes and is literally your great-great-great-grandfather or great-great-great-grandmother, right? And this is going to be part of how they protect the legacies after it's been built through you. And what I'm getting is it's almost like after they've guided and helped you to build these legacies or to establish these things, it won't just be you and your energy that keeps it going for eternity. It's also going to be in what you teach and what you leave to others to follow from what you have built. And this is the part where they come in. So it's like their reincarnated versions that are coming through, whether through you or through your children, are going to be like the children that say, oh, we love that grandma is into natural remedies and we want to go and learn natural remedies from grandma. Like we want to learn herbal medicine or herbal healing from grandma. We want to be around grandma because we want to learn about spiritual healing. It's like these are the type of that is how it's going to be. For some of you, if you have a grandchild that's already doing this might be a sign or confirmation for you through this message that that's an ancestor that has come back to reclaim the legacies, to rebuild the legacies. There's something within that child that is going to help to reestablish the power and the legacy of the family and the lineage. So I feel like all this message is trying to say, I heard heads up. Oh, heads up. Okay, giving a heads up. Yeah, this message is basically to give a heads up. Because for some of you, you're about to be placed in places, in situations and in positions that is going to allow you to excel as a leader. But these situations and positions, like I was saying about the last few weeks, it's not going to come as courses. It's not going to come as an exam or the regular tests and trials. No, it's going to come as something that requires you to take action, something that requires you to be in a leadership position, even if you're made to feel like you're not, or even if you're put in a situation of not being a leader. Something that is going to require you to exert a certain amount of discipline and authority. Something that is going to require you to be fully responsible, to take full responsibility and control. And these things, it's almost as if you are going to be in a position where, again, you're going to be around people that are meant to be leaders and they are going to be looking up to you for leadership. This is not going to be because of whatever status or role or title that you hold in that particular space at that time. This is going to be literally because of this blessing that has been opened up upon you as the bearer of a legacy, as the bearer as the foundation of a legacy that is being built. It's like, listen, asset is what I'm hearing. It's like, for some of you, this is, and pardon me if this is comes off the wrong word, if I'm using the wrong word, but for some of you, your ancestors are going to be handling you like an asset. It's like the way your energy is going to be coming out. It's like in the midst of people, like they're going to be approaching you like you're an asset. It's like a $1 billion asset. It's like, like, handle with care, approach with caution, come clean or don't come at all. So for a lot of you, it's going to be, I'm hearing, overwhelming. So there might be a situation coming up, or you may have been put in a situation right now where it feels a bit overwhelming, because maybe it requires you to make some decisions. It requires you to like step into an energy or into a position that you are scared to be in, or requires others to depend on you, or like something of the sort. And this is going to be literally the beginning of this amazing foundation. For some of you, it's not going to be the beginning. It's going to be just I'm in the thick of it. I'm in the thick of it. That's going to be you being in the thick of it. It's like they're going to put you right in the center of it, in the middle of it. And you're going to feel as if you've been put on the spot. But that's because there's something within you that they want you to show. There's something within you that they have witnessed, they have seen. Behind closed doors when no one is looking, and you're there doing the work, and you're there doing the prayers to do the deliverance, and you're there keeping up your role and your responsibility. You're being disciplined through the process. They see you. They see you. This is why they're giving this to you. And it's like you being put in the spot, or what you might think is you being put in the spot or in the center of something. It is because they want you to be seen. It's like when you excel in this, it's like they want you to do this under the microscope, where it's like you're being watched and you feel like, oh my goodness, I'm under pressure. Am I going to be able to do it? And then everybody else can also sense and see that you are under pressure. But then how you come out of this is the action you take, and just you basically being your regular, authentic self, which is what they've seen you be, which is what they saw or experienced, witness of you before they decided it was you. 2226 on the timer. So it's almost as if like this is going to be like a way of like pushing you into a corner so that you show exactly how good you are, or pushing you into a corner so that you show how much you can do. Okay, and so for whoever this is, if there's some kind of a position or something that is coming your way that might feel like it's like, like a bit bigger than you, or you feel like, oh, am I going to be able to do this? Oh, do I even have the? You can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Of course you can. Of course you can. Your ancestors have empowered you to be able to do this. You have cultivated the right energies to be able to hold on to this position, to be able to stand in this energy. And as a matter of fact, I feel like it's like they say like they would have it, they wouldn't have it any other way. It's almost like, listen, for some of you, you've been chosen. For some of you, it's like it's set. You've been chosen. It's you. They've already decided on you. It's like it's done. You understand? It's like it's done. And so it doesn't matter how much you try to run away from it or hide from it. And for some of you, I don't know why I'm getting this energy of somebody being scared of being in a position of leadership. That's something that I used to struggle with. And I won't lie to you, I still struggle with it sometimes. I used to be in an energy where I felt like I could only take responsibility for myself. And that's because I felt like I myself wasn't very responsible enough. So I was like, well, listen, I'm just doing the best I can right now to be responsible for myself. And I can't see myself being responsible for someone else as a leader. And even though I had a lot of people that were learning from me, and a lot of people that I was leading and guiding in different fields, not in spirituality at that time, like in different fields, where in the different fields I was working in, there was always that sense of not feeling enough, because I always felt like there was somebody out there that would be better, somebody that could do better. And this was because I myself wasn't seeing my worth, wasn't seeing the things that were special and unique about me. I wasn't seeing what I brought to the table. It's like, what about me makes me so special that, and eventually me coming into knowing myself and knowing who I am and coming to love myself fully and embrace all that I am is the thing that allowed for me to like fully step into this energy and be like, yo, I'm dope. I'm a badass. I'm good at this. I'm great at this. I'm amazing at this. And then I started to take the initiative to put myself in the position to lead others. And I won't lie to you, I still struggle with it from time to time. And sometimes I'm just like, oh my goodness, I don't want to be a leader. I just want to be a crybaby, and I just want to go under my covers and cry a bit and sleep. You understand? And sometimes I do that. And then I give the rest of my spirit to me and be like, oh, it was such a long day, but I love you guys. Thank you for your protection. Bye. See you tomorrow. Something like that. And it's like, I wake up and it's a great day. And then you realize that the role of leadership, or being in the position to lead, or the position to make certain decisions, or a position that requires you to take on more responsibility, is really just a process of growth. It's really just a process of growth. So it's like fearing that energy is like fearing growth. And I feel like for whoever you are, this energy that you've been put into, it's almost like your ancestors is like, listen, baby, it's you. Okay? It's you. That's the most important thing. Everything else we will take care of. So for a lot of you, there's going to be like a lot of pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. There's going to be a lot of ancestral energy. There's going to be a lot of ancestral messages coming in. Because I feel like your ancestors have actively decided on building a legacy within you or through you, which means whatever legacy that you wanted to build, it's going to be way bigger. It's going to be way bigger. Whatever the vision was, whatever the plan was, now it's going to be way bigger. Way bigger. Wow. I feel like this is where I'm going to leave this message, guys. As always, please listen with discernment. Take only what resonates and leave what doesn't. And if the message resonates with you, please like, share, subscribe to help us reach even more of our soul tribe. Have a blessed day, guys.